volunteers and friends. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carla. I am the Director of Education and Partnerships at NeedyMeds. And today I'm going to explain what prescription assistance programs are, how they will help you to save on your medications, and how to find them on the NeedyMeds website. Before I get started, I want to go over a few tips. You can feel free to ask questions at any time by typing them into the questions section of your GoToWebinar control panel. But no, I will reserve answering questions until the end. If I don't get a chance to answer your question, I will follow up with you personally via email. Also, I will provide the contact information for NeedyMeds and my contact information at the end should you have any other questions. Also, this webinar is being recorded and will be available for viewing on our YouTube channel. A copy of the PowerPoint presentation can be found in the handout section of your GoToWebinar control panel. So let's get started with what is NeedyMeds. NeedyMeds is a national nonprofit founded just over 2 decades ago by retired physician Dr. Rich Sagel, who is still our president. On your screen is all of our formal wording, including our mission statement and how we achieve that mission. But simply put, NeedyMeds connects people to programs that will help them afford their healthcare expenses. And we do that free and anonymously through our website, needymeds.org, and helpline at 1-800-503-6897. And one of the most popular and effective ways we help people save on prescription meds is with our large database of prescription assistance programs. Prescription assistance programs are usually supported by pharmaceutical companies and most of the time offer free and some of the time offer deeply discounted prescription drugs, usually name brand, to those who qualify. Of course, not every drug will have a prescription assistance program. When a program is available, eligibility requirements and applications will vary from program to program. One common requirement is that the patient's healthcare professional usually needs to be involved by providing a prescription, signing the application, and submitting documentation. So, how do you find prescription assistance programs on needymeds.org? Let's switch to the live website so I can demonstrate. You can search by typing the medication name in the search box or by letting your mouse hover over the Patient Savings tab where a drop-down menu will appear. Then choose the Brand Name Drugs hyperlink. Let's try to find a prescription assistance program for the brand name drug Lipitor. The first thing that you're going to see are a bunch of icons. What these icons do is they show you what type of information is available for that drug. Is there a prescription assistance program? How about a coupon? Are there support pages available that will offer more information about this medication? Is there a drug video, which is exactly what it sounds like, a short video providing more detail about that specific drug? You will also notice an A to Z index. Many of our large databases have this for easy searches. So let's go ahead and return to our search for Lipitor. I'll choose the letter L and then scroll down the list of medications to see if Lipitor is available. If it's listed more than once, click on every hyperlink to see all of the programs that are available. I'm going to go ahead and click on the top one, and there are those icons again. The one on the right indicates that there are support pages that offer more information about Lipitor, and the one on the left indicates that there is at least one prescription assistance program available. I'm going to go ahead and click on that hyperlink. Right at the top, you'll see in this blue bar, it says Program 1 of 3. That means there are currently 3 prescription assistance programs available for Lipitor. Like in this case, if there is more than one program, the ones that offer the most assistance will be listed at the top, and the ones that offer lesser assistance will be listed at the bottom, and then alphabetically. So as you can see for Lipitor, there is all the information you need about this prescription assistance program. Importantly, right at the top, you'll see the name of the supporting organization and their contact information. That's important because if you have questions about this program, you're going to want to direct those questions to the program as opposed to NeedyMeds. Next is the application section, where you will often find a link to the PDF of the application. Under that is the medication section, where you will find the medication you selected, and each program will list an eligibility requirements section. Eligibility, although as I said, does vary from program to program, it is almost always based on three factors: insurance coverage, income, and residency. So let's talk about insurance status. Don't assume that if you have drug coverage or insurance, you will not be eligible. That is not always the case, like here. So let's talk about income requirements. Often income requirements are based on a certain multiple of the federal poverty guidelines. So right here, you can find the federal poverty income calculator. I'll demonstrate to show you how easy it is. Let's say we have an individual that makes $47,500 a year and supports a family of three. You'll notice I only typed in the numbers. Don't type in periods, commas, or dollar signs. That's all the information you need. Click calculate, and the results yield that this individual's yearly income is 222% of the federal poverty guidelines. When we return back to the eligibility requirements section, you can see that this individual clearly qualifies, which is great. But what happens if the calculation showed that this individual was not eligible? Maybe they found themselves just above the eligibility requirements at, say, 305 or 310%. Well, when that happens, don't despair. If your income is slightly over the income limit, apply anyway, and then ask the program to make an economic hardship exception. And if you are denied, always be sure to appeal. So let's talk about residency requirements. Don't assume that if you are working with a population that is undocumented, that they will automatically not be eligible. Be sure to check out the residency requirements, where we will provide the detailed information for each program. And if you're unsure, you can always give the program a call. Also, be mindful of the application section, which provides more details about the process, such as whether or not your doctor needs to be involved. Then there is the medication section, and that's also important because it lets you know where the medications will be mailed, for example, and the details for reapplying. Finally, don't neglect the additional information section, because that is where we will put other pertinent information that does not fall neatly into the other categories. Now, applications for prescription assistance programs can be complicated. So again, if you let your mouse hover over that patient savings tab until a drop-down menu appears, click on that Help with Prescription Assistance Applications. Now, because these applications can sometimes be complicated, we've put together a directory that lists nonprofits that will help people apply. And the places we have listed are usually free or will assist you for a very small fee. And then you can search for help in your area by zip code or state. And then programs will be listed alphabetically by city. So let's transition out of the live website back to the PowerPoint so I can talk to you about some tips on making the most out of prescription assistance programs. First of all, don't take no for an answer. Even if you are not sure you fall within the eligibility guideline, submit an application anyway. If you are denied, ask the program to make an economic hardship exception. And of course, you can always appeal. If you're having trouble affording a brand name medication, find out if your doctor can prescribe a different medication, maybe a generic medication that is more affordable, or a medication that does have a prescription assistance program available. If you're getting information about prescription assistance programs from a source other than NeedyMeds, make sure it's reliable. You should never have to pay to obtain an application or apply to a program. We hope we are your go-to destination, as we pride ourselves on the information we share being accurate, easy to understand, up to date, and free. When people are afraid they will not be able to afford their medications, they may wind up turning to sources that are unreliable, such as mail order pharmacies. Be very wary of mail order pharmacies outside of the US or pharmacies that don't require a prescription. And we're often asked, and the answer is yes, you can apply to more than one program at a time for the same medication. Cover all your bases. Here's a tip from one of our expert call center counselors. If you're taking more than one medication and you can't find a program for the most expensive, check your other medications to see if there is a program for those. Alleviating the cost of those other medications may free up your budget so you can afford the more expensive one. Under the Patient Savings tab, you will find a category for diagnosis-based assistance programs. If you are seeking assistance for a medication related to a specific diagnosis, such as diabetes, check out the Diagnosis-Based Assistance Programs database to see if there is other financial help available. When dealing with our counselors or the prescription assistance program itself, err on the side of providing too much information as opposed to too little. Giving our counselors the full picture may mean that they'll be able to find other assistance you didn't even know was available. And when dealing with the prescription assistance program, you don't want to be denied or delay the process because there was documentation missing or signature missing. And finally, be sure to reach out to our expert call center counselors at 1-800-503-6897. They are here to help exhaust all options and may be able to think of a solution outside the box. And sometimes illness can unfortunately be a family affair. While we're helping you, you may realize we'll be able to help a family member as well. I do hope you found this presentation helpful. As I transition to taking questions, I want to leave this slide up. At the top, you will find contact information for my colleague Alana. If you would like to order some of our educational brochures, please reach out to her. Any questions about this webinar, you can reach out to me. And of course, you can call our expert call center counselors at 1-800-503-6897. We're open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's go to some of those questions coming in. Here's one that we get asked a lot, so thank you for this question. What happens if I can't find a prescription assistance program? So if you're looking for help affording a name brand medication and if there is not a prescription assistance program, be sure to check out our coupons, rebates, and more database, as well as our diagnosis-based assistance program database that I mentioned just a moment ago. You can find these resources under the Patient Savings tab, just where the Prescription Assistance Programs database is. And if you don't find a program, you can always use the NeedyMeds drug discount card to save up to 80% off of the cash price of your medication. You can request a card from our website or by giving your counselors a call. And again, that number is 1-800-503-6897, and it's up on your screen. Also, remember to check back. If you don't find a program listed on our website today, one might be added at a later time. Another question coming in is, you mentioned this webinar is being recorded. Where can I find it? Thanks for bringing this to everyone's attention. You can find all previously recorded webinars on the NeedyMeds YouTube channel. There is an icon for it on the top right of our homepage with all the other social media icons. It's the third one from the left. I suggest subscribing so you know when new webinars are being added. And I'll also mention you can find all upcoming webinars on the calendar of events on the bottom right hand of our page. Another question coming in is, can I apply if I have Medicare Part D? Well, it depends on the company. Some will let you apply. Others will determine that on a case-by-case basis. You will see the answer to that in the eligibility section of the Prescription Assistance Program listing on our website. We do try to keep the question segment brief, so if you asked a question and I didn't get a chance to answer it, I will email you. Thanks so much for taking your time, and we do hope you stay in touch.